We have the other half of this little duo. I have Miss Tara Platt, which is Yuri's wife.
I am indeed.
Now, what is it like here to be at the same convention that your husband is at?
Well, I think it's a lot of fun. I mean, we don't always go to conventions together, but it's great because not only are you getting to travel together, you're getting to work together, which doesn't always happen. I mean, we work on some shows together, but a lot of times we're working and doing completely different things. And so it's nice to be in the same space, sharing the same
time.
Yeah, exactly. You get to hang out, and that's really kind of cool, and it's fun, and we get to do panels together, which is just so much fun. Yeah, it's awesome.
Now, this is your first time to Otakon, right?
Yep.
How do you like it so far?
It's great, and the little bit that I've walked around Baltimore, it's beautiful. I've never been
You
here.
definitely have to go along the harbor.
Yeah.
Check things out.
Yeah, I'm going to go check out,
seafood.
I think it's the aquarium?
Yes.
Yes, I want to go check out the aquarium because it looks really awesome.
Yeah, definitely a good place. Now, how did you first get into the world of voice acting?
Well, I've been acting ever since I was a little kid, but I was doing a lot of theater, and then I started getting into television and film, and I still do on-camera work. But it was sort of one of those things that Yuri and I were talking, and we were, looking at our options and trying to be proactive people and proactive actors. And we were like, that little thing called voiceover, what is that? What's that about? How does that work? And so we started and we got in a class, and this was like 4.5, 5 years ago. And we took the class, and we had so much fun doing the class and getting to try out what voiceover is like and what it feels like and how much fun it is, that then we just sort of took off from there, and we were like, great, let's get our demos together, let's start auditioning, let's get agents. And so it really just sort of started with that. My first job was working on Rave Master. So just sort of like kept working.
Not bad. Now, you played Castor in Fate Stay Night.
I did.
What did you think about the storyline? Or tell us a little bit about the story.
Well, to my knowledge, it was directed by the most talented director, Christy. She's fantastic. I don't mean most talented director in the world, but I just mean she is such a great talented director. And she did a really great job with that particular series of giving us a really great breakdown of what was going on, because there's so many things interwoven. It's very myth-based, very mythological-based. And there's so many things happening that it's really hard to keep track of everything. And so she did a really good job for when we'd come in for a session of not only giving you the character breakdown, but talking you through it. And because the character that I particularly played, Castor, can be seen very evilly. Like she can be seen as an evil character, and it was nice to have her perspective, Christy's perspective, and be able to look at it and go, she's not necessarily evil. Some of the things she chooses to do maybe aren't great, but she has her own motives, and it's really nice to be able to sort of balance that out. And so that was a lot of fun to work on.
Now, also in Naruto, what was it like to be a part of this popular series?
Wow, it's so hard to be able to verbalize what it's like to be able to work on a show like Naruto, because it's just so vast. I don't think any of us really recognized how big it was when we got involved in it. It was sort of one of those like, oh great, I got cast,
You cannot
awesome.
go to a con without seeing Naruto characters all over.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then for me, I get to play Tamari, and she's just such a great female role. She's so strong, she's so powerful and strong-willed, and she has such a wonderful arc through the whole storyline that it's really exciting to be involved in a project that has such a great, has something for everyone, because there's so many characters that I think everybody can find something to associate and relate to. And I think that's what makes a really good show, is something that everybody can find something in. And I don't think any of us recognized what that was when we started. And now it's just such a great, you can't go wrong. It's awesome to be able to say, I'm Naruto.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
Even if you're not at a con, you go out, stores.
Oh yeah, kids will be wearing the headbands or backpacks or whatever.
You see the symbol everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Now, several different types of anime series, from shoujo to fighting. What have been some of your favorite?
That's tough. I think there's something fun in everything. I like the fighting because in real life I don't really do that much, so it's fun for me to get to play and be a fighter, rawr, because I'm not particularly scary.
Through the characters.
Exactly, yeah. I get to get out sort of my id and my ego, my super ego, all that stuff gets to work out. But there's something fun in all the different storylines, because you're with each of them, you're working a different area of yourself.
Right.
And so it's fun sometimes for me to be silly and girly.
And you get to find something more about yourself.
Yeah. But then at the same time, I really love it when I get to play a really, can I say kick butt character. Rawr. That's really fun for me to get to do that. So, yeah.
Now, tell us a little bit about Monkey Kingdom Productions, the company you co-founded with Yuri.
Yeah, we created this production company several years ago out of sort of a need for us to propagate more work for ourselves and to be able to work on projects that we were really passionate about when we might not be working on other projects. And the thing that I love the most about it is the name of it, Monkey Kingdom Productions.
It's kind of fun.
It's a fun name, and it actually stems from the Eastern mythology of Son Goku, who's the Monkey King.
Okay.
Yeah, because we really liked this idea of this wily little god who
Right.
sort of does things a little differently than the other gods. He's kind of a trickster god, and he does things his own way, and we really sort of look at ourselves as
being
sort of,
character.
that's the personification of how we want to do our own thing as far as a production company is. We're going to just do the things that make us happy, that are exciting to us, and do it in our own way and try to find innovative, creative ways to deal with the fact that we may not have a large budget or that we may not have,
Right, all
certain
the
things,
resources that you might-
other people have. And so we're kind of being wily and tricky, and we're our own little Son Goku, so we're Monkey Kingdom Productions.
I know when I was looking at that, I was like, where the heck did they come up with that? But I
Yeah,
love that.
that's
great.
the story.
Now, what are some of the goals and plans for Monkey Kingdom Productions in the future?
Well, absolutely. Right now, we're focused on doing live action features
Okay.
because that's something that
It's starting to become more
it's starting to
popular.
become more popular. And Yuri is a really, really talented screenwriter, and so he's doing some scripts. We're also right now I'm in the process of working on a project that somebody else has been writing the script for
Okay.
and producing that. But it's projects that we can work on, that we can be involved in, that are things that are fun for us
Okay.
and that we find joy in doing.
Plus, you get to work together.
Plus, we get to work together, which I can never complain about. That's always fun. And then I'm sure someday down the line, we would like to be able to expand into doing things like animation or other types of projects. But for us right now, the niche that we're filling is live action features. But I'm sure at some point down the line,
It'll
we may
branch
branch out and
out.
do other
Yeah.
things because it's what we're excited and interested in. It's
And
acting
it's a
and
lot
work.
easier
and
to be able to do something when you're so into it and
Exactly.
passionate about it.
Exactly. And when you are working, you end up finding more people that are working in the same circles.
Exactly.
And so you may go, oh my gosh, I had no idea you blah, blah, blah. And then you're suddenly working together.
Kind of pull them in. You go,
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, you can help us out with this. You're good
Yeah,
at this. Yeah,
totally. So it all kind of works together to sort of build. You start somewhere, and just like with any profession, you're building and building and building,
Yep.
sort of growing and growing. And so we're hoping to do that as well.
Good. That's awesome. Now, are you an anime fan like your husband is?
Well, I do enjoy anime. I'm not as big a fan as Yuri is. I don't even think I could begin to compete. I mean, he'll talk about a title, and I have no idea what it is. And so.
Explain. Come on.
Yeah, what does that mean? It also helps, I'm sure, that he speaks Japanese because
Oh,
he
yeah.
understands it. He can watch it, the original show.
Exactly.
That's not me at all. I'm lucky if I can even watch half the shows that I've been on and that I've done work on. I mean, because
Right.
there's just so many things. But I do enjoy it. I think it's a wonderful art form, and I really think that it is an art. You
Oh,
know
it
what I
is.
mean? Like
It
it's not just sort of an entertainment purpose. I think there's so many things
There's
that
so
it
much
serves.
to it between the
And so-
storylines and the animation.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and I think it's really wonderful how it's growing and becoming more well known and becoming more respected. I think that's a really wonderful thing.
Yeah. More and I know when people ask me what I go doing on the weekends,
Right.
and I explain to them, more and more people understand it.
Yeah.
I don't have to explain it to them.
Oh no, totally. I mean, even 4 years ago when we started, I'd say,
yeah.
I'm doing some recording for anime," and they'd be like, "What is that?"
What is
I don't
anime?
even understand. And so yeah, it's definitely growing in popularity, but also in respect and in understanding
Exactly.
and acceptance, which is
Yeah.
really great. I think
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
Oh my gosh, no
Yeah.
kidding. Now, are there any upcoming projects that you can tell us that you're working on?
That's always so tricky because you go in and you're recording and that you always have to sign these documents, these NDAs,
You can't say anything
non-disclosure
about
agreements.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that's being released anytime soon. Well, right now I've been really working on a lot of series. There's a couple things I can't talk about, but I just went in and I did a great recording session meeting. I had a great time. It was
Yeah.
fun. I don't know if their work turned out great, but I was working on Blue Dragon, and I get
Okay.
to play this really fun character. They're so excited about my work. That's awesome!
that's
Wow.
awesome.
But on Blue Dragon, I'm Cynthia, and I go a little crazy, and it's a lot of fun for me to work on.
Fun. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you.
It's really great to meet you too.
Thank you, and I can't wait to see you again at another con.
Well, thank you. I look forward to it.
Thank you.
All right.